The last two games of the season could be giganormous. What is up, Bills Mafia? We have 83 days to go until the Buffalo Bills win Super Bowl 57. This channel is going to continue to drop a video every single day until that amazing moment when you and I can watch the Bills hoist the Super Bowl trophy, the Vince Lombardi trophy, that beautiful silver piece of metallic wonder that we have seen over the years, other teams have in their hands, being handed to them by the commissioner on a podium with that stuff coming down from the ceiling. The stuff in the air, what's that called? The pieces of paper. Beat the Browns. Okay. Wasn't really a spectacular game. It was very odd from beginning to end. It just was absence of, energy. I think in large part because it really should have been played in Buffalo, but unfortunately there was a little bit of snow. And I thought it was very cool the way the Bills got to the stadium and then got to the airport and then got to Detroit. There was a video dropped by the Bills. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Here's a little clip from it. I mean, these guys were dealing with some crazy conditions in Orchard Park, like all of us, right? For a lot of you, dealing with the same stuff. But neighbors got involved and helped these guys dig out. And the players were like, man, this is a great city, man. The people are wonderful. The neighbors are wonderful. All right, well, so we beat the Browns. We're 7-3. The Chiefs won, so they are a game behind the Chiefs. I mean, I can't believe it. That's just so aggravating. But I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling that there's a good chance that the Bills are going to go on a tear here down the stretch and surge back into that number one seed. And so for this video, I decided, you know what? I'm going to give you my predictions game by game, given the scores and everything. First up, the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving Day coming up here. We're all expecting a blowout, but I'm telling you what, the Lions have been scoring some points in some games, and our Buffalo Bills defense has definitely not been as dominant as they were in the early part of the season, in large part because of injuries. So don't expect this one to be a cakewalk. Detroit is playing on Thanksgiving Day. This is their big game of the year. They've laid some eggs on Thanksgiving Day, and they've outplayed themselves on other Thanksgiving. So I'm going to say that the Bills are going to win this one, despite my preseason prediction where I have the Bills losing 30-28. I'm going to say that the Bills actually win this game by a score of 30-28. Yeah, it's going to be that close. It's going to be a nail-biter to the end, but the Bills will pull it out. And then after that, it's a Thursday night tilt against the New England Patriots in New England. New England's playing really good on defense. Their offense is really not very good. They didn't score a touchdown against the Jets. They were actually fortunate to get a punt return for a touchdown in that game. So I see the Bills going into New England and handling this one pretty easily. I'm going to say 28-13, the Bills will win. Then we're at home against the New York Jets. Man, this has got revenge game written all over it. The Jets are now on the cusp of disarray. There's a lot of talk about their quarterback being, not a team player, not taking the blame for the loss against the Patriots. So I kind of think the Jets are going to be crashing and burning here down the stretch of the season. Their little Cinderella run is going to be over, and it will be very evident that is likely the case as the Bills will absolutely smash the Jets at home in Buffalo by a final score of 42-10. Yeah, Buffalo is just going to smash the Jets. After that, another revenge game. We got the Miami Dolphins. We basically beat the Dolphins the first time we played them down in Miami. Now we get them up here. I heard someone say that to get them back completely, we need to not shovel their side of the sideline and make them, sit in a snowdrift or something to pay them back for making us sit on the sidelines in 120-degree temperatures. This is going to be a revenge game. The Bills are going to beat the Dolphins, but it's not going to be an easy game. It's not going to be the blowout that I think we're all hoping to see after that disappointing loss in Miami. Buffalo takes this one, though, I think by a final score of 27-20. Buffalo then goes on the road playing the Bears on Christmas Eve. They've gotten some pretty good play from their quarterback, Justin Fields, and there's some promise there, but they're still horrible. Buffalo should be able to handle business. Going into Chicago, I see them beating the Bears by a final score of 33-13. The Bills are at 12-3, and depending on what's going on in the AFC, Buffalo might be right in position for the number 1 seed. They might even have the number 1 seed by now, depending on how Kansas City plays. So, the last 2 games of the season could be giganormous. What could be an epic Monday Night Football game on the road against the Bengals. The Bengals at this point are likely to be fighting for a playoff spot, if not for the division. They're going to need this game. And, I mean, playing in Cincinnati on a Monday night is going to be tough. You know, Buffalo has already laid a few eggs this season, and I unfortunately think that there's a really good chance that that's one of these games where Buffalo just, I don't know, isn't necessarily focused, or that they just make the mistakes. And, you know, being on the road, Monday Night Football, I'm going to call the Bengals here in a very close fought game. The Bengals winning this one by a final score of 27-26. A Bills extra point miss in the first quarter is going to be the difference. Okay, so now we're 12-4 with our final home game of the season. There's gonna be a lot riding on this game. The number 1 seed is gonna be in play. Buffalo's gonna have the division wrapped up by now because the Dolphins and Jets are gonna start to fail down the stretch. So this game is not gonna be for the division, but will be potentially for the number 1 seed. Playing at home against the Patriots, no problem. Buffalo takes this one by a final score of 35-17 to finish the 2022 regular season campaign with a record of 13-4. So that's how I see it shaping out for the rest of the 2022 regular season campaign. Let me know what you think by commenting below. Also, give me your score for the Lions Thanksgiving game. We'll do another hat pullover giveaway. No one won again. We had a couple people come kind of close. Midnight Hood Strikes Back got the Bills score right, and also Zachary Scott got the Bills score right. Everybody else was just off by a little bit. It was pretty close, but you know, I still don't have to go and spend any money on a hat and a pullover yet. But could happen Thursday, Thanksgiving, which, by the way, I plan on live streaming. Hope to see you there. Again, let me know what you think about my predictions. Give me yours. Would love to hear what you think. And I'll see you tomorrow.